Karoline Leavitt, a rising conservative figure known for her bold media presence, entered the televised panel with a clear mission: to challenge Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett in front of a live audience. She carried with her a string of carefully rehearsed questions, statistics, and sharp jabs that she believed would expose Crockett as unprepared or uninformed. But what Leavitt didn't anticipate was Crockett's ability to think on her feet and stay composed. The tension was thick as the moderators gave the floor to Leavitt, and the audience waited to see what would unfold between the two high-profile women. Leavitt took the microphone and launched into a strong accusation. "Congresswoman Crockett," she said, "how can you defend your party's policies when inflation is crushing working families, crime is rising, and the border is in chaos? It was clearly designed as a trap, an all-in-one shot that mixed economic fear with law and order rhetoric." Her delivery was sharp, and the tone carried a smug sense of victory, as if the statement itself was checkmate. But Crockett didn't flinch. In fact, her response came so swiftly and sharply that the entire room shifted. With a steady voice, Jasmine Crockett looked Leavitt directly in the eyes and replied, "Maybe, if you spent more time listening to real people than repeating right-wing talking points, you'd know what working families actually care about." The sentence was calm, it was deliberate, it didn't need to be loud to hit hard. And in just 14 seconds, Crockett had not only answered the attack, but flipped the entire narrative. The audience, stunned by the speed and impact of the reply, went quiet. Then came a slow wave of applause that grew louder. Leavitt appeared momentarily frozen. She blinked and hesitated, trying to find a follow-up, but the momentum had shifted. The strength of Crockett's reply wasn't just in what she said, it was in what she didn't do. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't attack Leavitt personally. She pointed out the shallowness of Leavitt's script. Viewers at home began sharing the clip immediately. Twitter lit up with praise. TikTok users began cutting the 14-second moment into memes. The phrase "shut down in 14 seconds" began trending across platforms. Within hours, pundits and analysts were weighing in. "That was one of the fastest political reversals I've ever seen," one CNN host commented. Progressive commentators praised Crockett's discipline and ability to cut through noise with substance. Even some conservative voices quietly acknowledged that Leavitt had been caught off guard and exposed. Social media sentiment was overwhelmingly in favor of Crockett. In one viral tweet, a viewer wrote, "Crockett didn't raise her voice, she raised the bar." That line alone was reposted tens of thousands of times. The beauty of the moment for many was its authenticity. Crockett hadn't rehearsed that line. It came from years of navigating policy, courtroom debate, and grassroots issues. Unlike sound bites crafted in war rooms, her words rang with truth, and truth cuts deeper than performance. Her background as a civil rights attorney gave her a grounding in logic and composure. She didn't just know what to say, she knew when to say it. And in politics, timing is everything. 14 seconds was all it took to reshape the night. As more footage of the debate spread, so did the commentary around tone and substance. Political strategists began using the moment in workshops to explain the difference between substance and spectacle. Leavitt came for a TV moment, one campaign. Coach said, Crockett came with purpose. That contrast showed clearly on the screen. After her initial rebuttal, Crockett pivoted back to policy with clear solutions and grounded data. She didn't gloat. She didn't get pulled into further back and forths. She led the room and the narrative. Leavitt's team attempted to recover, releasing a statement about media bias and claiming Crockett had avoided the question. But the damage was done. The clip didn't lie. It wasn't edited or filtered. It showed one politician landing a clean, composed, and cutting response, and another flailing in its wake. The statement didn't help. In fact, it drew more attention to the original exchange. Memes, reaction videos, and even remix edits flooded timelines. The internet had already crowned Crockett the clear winner. In later interviews, Crockett was asked how she prepared for such pressure. Her answer was simple: "I didn't prepare for a moment. I prepare for my work." That resonated with many, especially younger voters tired of political theatrics. It wasn't just about one zinger, it was about character and command. Crockett proved that intelligence and restraint could win over flash and fury. It reminded people that leadership isn't about talking the loudest, it's about speaking with purpose. And that is exactly what she did. So when the dust settled, the lesson was clear. Karoline Leavitt came to challenge Jasmine Crockett, but she wasn't ready for the weight of real experience. 14 seconds was all it took. No yelling, no name-calling. Just a composed, piercing response that dismantled the moment entirely. Crockett didn't just shut Leavitt down, she showed a masterclass in political grace. And for those watching, the message was unforgettable. Real power doesn't perform. It speaks clearly, cuts cleanly, and moves forward.